What if I told you the way you've been changing your oil may be silently destroying your engine? In this video, I'll reveal 15 mistakes that sound harmless, like forgetting a small washer or rushing to check your levels, but in reality, can wreck your car long before you know what happened. These aren't rare horror stories. They're mistakes most people make every day. Curious yet? Before we jump in, please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on your notification for more amazing car maintenance content. Number 1. Skipping oil changes. A lot of drivers think pushing their oil change a few hundred or even 1,000 miles past the interval won't matter. The problem is fresh oil does more than coat metal. It carries away heat, neutralizes acids, and suspends tiny carbon particles. Without that, the oil starts breaking down and turning into sludge. That sludge settles inside narrow oil passages and slowly chokes them off. Once that happens, the engine fights to circulate thick, dirty fluid instead of clean oil. Shops see engines ruined by this all the time, sometimes requiring a full teardown costing thousands. Even one missed change speeds up wear, so what looks like a harmless delay actually shortens the entire life of your engine. Number 2. Wrong oil type or viscosity. It's easy to think all motor oil is basically the same, but that's far from true. Oil viscosity is a lot like blood pressure in your body. If it's too thin, it loses strength at higher temperatures, and if it's too thick, it struggles to circulate when the engine is cold. Manufacturers specify the exact grade and standard because modern engines are built with extremely tight clearances. In extreme heat, the wrong blend can thin out and collapse under stress. That's why the right viscosity and proper certification aren't optional. They're essential. Number 3. Overfilling oil. Many people topping off their oil believe filling it a little higher than the line is harmless. It feels safer, like giving the engine extra protection. The reality is, engines are designed with precise oil capacities, and going beyond that creates problems instead of preventing them. When oil sits too high, the spinning crankshaft slaps into it and whips it into foam. That frothy mixture loses its ability to protect critical surfaces, leaving bearings and pistons without proper lubrication. The side effects show up quickly: blue smoke from the exhaust, oil leaking past stressed seals, and even liquid creeping into combustion chambers. Number 4. Running an engine low on oil. A lot of people see the dipstick a little below full and assume it's fine to keep driving. The problem is, just being a quart low can upset the balance your oil pump needs to build proper pressure. That small drop means some parts aren't getting the steady coat of oil they rely on every second. Bearings, camshafts, and pistons are all moving at high speed, and without a continuous film of lubrication, they start grinding against each other. Most engines won't survive if deprived for long. The margin is razor thin. Running low even once can turn a healthy motor into scrap. Number 5. Ignoring the oil filter. Some people treat the oil filter like an optional part and decide to reuse it over and over. The assumption is that the filter doesn't do much, but in reality, it's the barrier protecting your engine from microscopic metal pieces and burnt carbon left behind from combustion. Once that filter is saturated, it no longer traps debris. When dirt and shavings start moving through the system, they act like sandpaper inside the engine. By skipping replacement, you're essentially circulating old waste back into brand new oil. That means your fresh oil is already dirty the second you start the engine. Number 6. Incorrect oil filter installation. Most people think installing an oil filter is as simple as twisting it until it feels snug, but that's where trouble starts. Tightening it too much can crush the rubber seal, while leaving it loose creates instant drips that only get worse once the engine warms up. A fresh oil change means nothing if the filter isn't set correctly. The wrong installation can undo all your effort and destroy your engine before you've even driven around the block. Number 7. Old drain plug gasket left in place. It's easy to overlook the small washer on the oil drain plug, especially when you're focused on bigger tasks like draining and refilling the oil. Many assume it's reusable, but that's not how it's designed. That crush washer flattens under pressure and forms a one-time seal. Leave it long enough, and that turns into puddles overnight, all because of a part that costs less than a cup of coffee. Ignoring it risks leaks and wasted oil, while swapping it, every change keeps your engine protected. Number 8. Over-tightening the drain plug. Most people assume the tighter a drain plug is, the safer it will be. The problem is that over-tightening doesn't just secure the plug, it can destroy the threads in the oil pan. Many modern pans are made from aluminum, which is lightweight but far softer than steel. That means those threads can easily shear or crack under extra force. Using the proper torque specification isn't about being picky. It's the difference between a routine oil change and a major expense. Number 9. Under-tightening the drain plug. Some people worry about damaging threads, so they stop tightening the drain plug too soon. While it feels safer, a plug that isn't snug enough can slowly work itself loose once the engine heats and cools repeatedly. Those constant heat cycles cause tiny movements, and before long, oil starts to seep past the gap. At first, it might just leave a faint mark on the driveway, but those drips add up. If unnoticed, the oil level falls dangerously low and the engine starves. The simple fix? Tighten the drain plug to the exact torque. Anything looser risks disaster. Number 10. Mixing synthetic and conventional oil. When the oil light comes on, or you notice it's low, grabbing the nearest bottle on the shelf feels convenient. Many drivers top off without thinking about what type of oil it actually is. The problem is synthetic and conventional oils don't share the same chemistry. They're blended with different detergent packages, viscosity enhancers, and stabilizers meant to work in balance. Mixing them carelessly weakens those additives and creates unpredictable results. Instead of clean, stable oil that resists breakdown, you end up with a blend that ages faster and may leave harmful deposits. Number 11. Not checking for leaks. A lot of people finish draining, tighten everything up, pour in fresh oil, and immediately hit the road. It feels like the job is done, but skipping that quick check afterward can be costly. Even a small drip you don't notice right away is slowly eating away at your oil supply every mile you drive. The most common leak points are the drain plug, the filter seal, and the gasket surfaces where parts meet. Taking 30 seconds to look underneath and around those areas protects you from a repair bill in the thousands. Number 12. Severe driving intervals. Ignored. Most drivers flip open their manual, check the normal service schedule, and assume that's all they need to follow. The issue is that what manufacturers call severe service applies to far more people than you might think. Stop and go commuting. Short trips where the engine never warms up, long idling, and towing all count as severe. Under those conditions, oil breaks down much faster. Heat builds, contaminants collect, and sludge forms at double the rate. Ignoring that difference silently cuts oil life in half. Checking the severe service chart in your manual is the only way to avoid premature damage. Number 13. Contaminated tools and funnels. A lot of people grab the nearest funnel or container when pouring in new oil, thinking it makes no difference. But those tools often carry leftovers you can't see. Drops of coolant, traces of brake fluid, or simple shop dust. Once they touch the oil, those contaminants head straight into the engine. Even tiny particles are a problem. A gritty funnel covered in dust can release silicone into the fresh oil. That's why funnels, jugs, and even rags should be cleaned or reserved only for engine oil. Your lubrication is only as clean as your tools. Number 14. Forgetting reset of oil reminder. Resetting the oil change reminder feels like a minor dashboard task, but skipping it can cost you more than you think. Without the reset, you're relying on memory to track your next change. And for most drivers, mileage estimates are easy to misjudge. Modern cars often use electronic monitors as the only way to signal oil life. If that system isn't reset, it creates a false record. That little reset secures your digital log, ensures the reminder comes back at the right interval, and keeps you on track for future service. Number 15. Driving hard. Right after oil change. After finishing an oil change, it's tempting to start the car, hit the road, and drive hard right away. Fresh oil feels like instant protection, but it actually needs time to circulate fully through the passages. Until the pressure builds and every bearing gets coated, parts are running with less protection than you think. The smart move is simple. Let the engine idle, check the dipstick, and only then apply real load. Small habits, whether it's skipping a washer or ignoring torque values, pile up into big failures that cost thousands. If you take one lesson from this, it's that accuracy matters every single time. Use the right oil, the right tools, and take the extra minutes to double-check your work. Treat every oil change as critical surgery. Your car's life depends on it. That's all for today. Make sure you like the video and share your thoughts about this video in the comment section below.